Hey y'all, what's up? I just want to give a shout out to Petty Tupac TV. Make sure you go smash, like, and don't forget to subscribe. For real, for real.
Can you introduce yourself to the people that might not know you?
DeadZone General. Some call me Paperboy. Some call me Zone DeadZone. You know, I do music. I'm the CEO of DeadZone Music. General 82. You know. You know what 82 is. I don't remember. Um, been a member since the 90s, man. The late 90s. 97, 98. I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Ravendale. That's our home.
What neighborhood we in right now? Cause I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't know where we at.
We in the dead zone, 48224, man. It's East One.
Okay.
So we between Alta Road and Casual, off of East One. That's the dead zone.
So where'd you grow up at? You,
In the dead zone.
oh, in the dead zone.
And in Bangerville. So I grew up in 48224 and 48213.
What age did you jump off the porch and got into the mix?
I was about 9. I got out of foster home at 9, so about 9, 10.
Damn.
I was in the mix, and then I got put down officially at 11, like 97.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was around the guys as a little kid. It took me about a year before they actually put me in that circle, you know what I'm saying? But I got put down because one of my brothers got ran down on by a rival gang over here, and I was with him. I stood with him as a kid, about 30, 40 of them, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He seen that I fight and how I go, so he wanted me to be gone and shit. I wanted to be a headbanger since I was a kid, though, man. I seen they was fierce. They was well respected in the community, you know what I'm saying?
And when you went kind of deep, but when you wanted to be headbanger, was it blood then, or was it just headbanger? Because I'm hearing that it was just headbanger at first before time of blood stuff got.
Nah, by the time I became a member, it was blood. But originally, when Headbangers first started, it was just a street gang. It was 3 independent street gangs that merged together and made Headbangers.
Do you know what the 3 independent joints was?
Small Time Hustlers, Danger Zone, them boys.
Oh. Okay, so 3 independent gangs got together, headbanger formed.
Yeah.
When did you see the blood part come?
Really, when I met my brother, which was a member in like 94, 95, they was blood. So I wanted to say shit probably 92, 93 when they officially picked that flag up. But 91 when it started, they was headbangers. They didn't, it was, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of guys together. You know what I'm saying? They probably was all different type of shit, but they picked that flag up from, the Midwest, and not the West Coast, not the East Coast. That flag came from the Midwest.
When you was coming up, was it like ganged out? Was Crips dominant? Like what was the atmosphere?
Crips was dominant. Like this neighborhood I'm in, East One, this a folk neighborhood. It's a low 2-on-1, East One posse, Loc Boys. The city basically was cripped out. It's a blue state. We turned it red. 82 turned it red, probably in the past decade and a half. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
S&B, they made some noise, but soon as they was born, they got indicted and got into beefs and wars and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was kind of a bad look. But Crips was pretty dominant. My childhood, me growing up, I got into it with a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I almost thought I wasn't gonna make it to 21. You know what I'm saying? Because of that shit. Like, that shit was serious. But yeah, they pretty dominant. They still strong. It's just now I think we probably got them beat as far as the younger generation. Because most of the younger guys want to be us. They want to pick that red flag up. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they seeing because how we move together as brothers. You know what I'm saying? We stick together. We beef a lot, but who don't? Brothers beef. You know what I'm saying? Brothers get into it with each other, whether they are family in the household or whatever. But The young generation, we got them. So we breeding more than them now. It ain't too many guys want to be Crips. You know what I'm saying? Right now in this generation.
Yes, and that's a dangerous thing to be a Crip in the
back
joint. I swear to
then,
God.
man. Yeah, it was hard for me, man. I come out with that red flag on. I had to get in 2 or 3 fights just to make it to the store. So yeah.
Damn. Okay, so this is where because I never understood the animosity in the joint between Crips and Bloods. I'm like, damn, is it Crips in Detroit? Did they do some of these guys the way they, the Bloods press up on them? So
because that's what it was. When we was small in numbers, yeah, they was pressing.
Oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, it took like 20 years though to get up here.
Was East Jeff the big neighborhood back then? Like the most popular popping?
It was one of them. East Warren always been a real popular. I mean, over here, yeah, East Warren really dominated the East Side for a long time. They used to say 7 Mile, but they'd leave East Warren. Now, East Warren always got into it with 7 Mile niggas. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And we pretty much dominated the East Side as far as reputation-wise. Like, what's the word? Like, East Warren was crazy over there. Even though this is a blue neighborhood, it's integrated now. You know what I'm saying? Blue and red, and we get along. You know what I'm saying? Because we went to war and beefed back in the day. So we didn't already establish our respect in our territory over here. You know what I'm saying? We got a mutual respect for each other. The ones that still banging. You know, and it's the 3rd and 4th generation now. So they done rev the engine all the way up again. Them boys want to earn respect. You know what I'm saying? And it's a way to do it. And it ain't killing each other. You know what I'm saying? We did that already and it ain't work. You know, it destroyed the city. We helped destroy this motherfucker. So we can't do nothing but try to help rebuild it for them. You know what I'm saying? Tell them not to do the same shit we did because we ain't getting nowhere. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We ain't getting nowhere. We still living, our family still living in these same neighborhoods and they have destroyed. They trying to rebuild.
That's crazy that you acknowledge that. That's your growth. But just to reverse a little bit because we got deep off into it real quick. But your music, I started checking it out. Mm-hmm. It kind of remind me of like maybe a Lil Durk. It's in between giving positive messages, but it's still a little bit drill. Mm-hmm. Cause I seen you say something like, "We don't drop 4s or 5s, we get money," or whatever the case may be. Are you in a conflict between positivity and negativity, or?
It's just really getting the young guys to understand. It's reasons why a lot of stuff going on. It's not just because we vigilant. You wake up, you want respect, and you think you got to go out here and be a tough guy, a killer to get respect. No, you can do positive stuff. You can help your people and your brother and get respected. It's still about, all right, be a man, and then beef and go to war to protect your family and what's yours. Somebody disrespects you and all of that, yeah, we on that. It's about money. We talking about drilling, but we also gonna explain what's going on and why it's happening. So when I rap about it, I'm talking about shooting. I'm gonna tell you the reason why we on it. You know what I'm saying? Not just telling, well, we on this, but why y'all on it? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going more into detail about why we on it.
That's definitely different. I noticed that off Bill.
So it's not really like a war between positive and negative, because to charge this battery, it take a positive and a negative. You know what I'm saying? So that's what comes with it, the good and the bad. It's just diverse. You got to learn how to still maintain through it all. You know what I'm saying? You can't self-destruct with the negativity. Like, when we originally picked the red flag up, we knew the meaning of it. We knew it wasn't to cause bloodshed amongst our brothers. It was to protect our brothers from blood being shed. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's it. And we want to go back to that. Because, you got to get fierce sometimes when you're trying to make an example. You got to get real fierce. So you got to sometimes you got to destroy to rebuild. But you got to destroy the weak mindsets that don't want to grow and build together. You got to get them, their problems. You know what I'm saying? So if we're going to beef with somebody, it's going to be the people who don't want peace. So if you want a problem, then we want a problem. But we don't want no problem. And we advise nobody else to want one. We want peace. We want to rebuild our city for the generation under it. But whoever want a problem, then that's who we got a problem with.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Like, it ain't that. So that's what we teaching our bros. Like, look, focus on you and your family and what you want to be and what you're trying to build. And if somebody try to get in your way and stop you from doing that, then that's who your issue with. And that's it. The person who's trying to stop you from being at peace and building in a positive way. Yeah, you got to get vigilant sometimes.
When you was coming up, you joined 80 Deuce, whatever, Blood. Was there any Blood sets around before that?
Bounty Hunter.
Bounty Hunter?
Bounty Hunter, Stones. There was a few power rules. They just didn't have numbers.
Right.
They didn't have territory and numbers. You know, we established this our city, so we was born here. You know, they came from somewhere else. So you might have a couple members come over here and then start initiating other people. And, you know, they might have a little clique, 10, 15 guys, but not no numbers like us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it really wasn't like a threat or a worry about them taking our territory. So we started off with big numbers. We started off with almost 100 members. You know what I'm saying? So that was in 91. This over 30 years later, you could just imagine. You know what I'm saying? How long it took to breed and get to where we at. But it's because we move. We real militant and organized. Believe it or not, we might not look like it, but that's why you really don't know too much about us. You know what I'm saying? You know, bits and pieces, and you don't know what to believe, what you're hearing, and that's good. Because, shit, some people might not have good intentions with this information. You know what I'm saying? So it's good that people lost for real don't really know what's going on.
Because I seen you post something, maybe it was a prosecutor or an officer, and they was talking about the organization of what they call a gang or whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, niggas.
Yeah.
So it was an investigator I've been investigating, and this was back in probably the late 90s, early 2000s. That article came from. That's an old article.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically explaining to you what gangs is in the 9th and 5th precincts, or 4th precinct, whichever one it was, and which gangs was the dominant in these areas. And they was telling how headbangers really control most of the territory in them areas.
Right.
And it been that for a long time. You know, we well respected, man. We move that way. We really move at peace and one with other gangs here in the city. We try to lead them and show them the way. We ain't trying to destroy our city. You know what I'm saying? We trying to protect it from outsiders coming in and destroying it. But it would look as we the perpetrators. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it's a lot of politics behind what's going on. So you might see shit going on and look vigilant and don't know the reason why it's happening.
Where did headbangers start at?
In Ravendale.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Harper. That's Harper, between Harper and Outer Drive, between Conner and Chalmers.
You said it was 67 original members?
That whole community, yeah. Originally, Headbangers was 3 independent gangs. Those gangs probably had 20-something odd members apiece, and once they merged together, it's 60-something members that started Headbangers. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I can't disclose those members, but those original members that started it, them the OGs, them the leaders. It's not one leader of Headbangers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think people get a lot of people think what was 8210? Why do you think a lot of people think he's the sole leader of this? Is it because he's popular? Is he, you know? I
mean, because he put in a lot of work in the inside, and he one of the guys that's from the land that's in the inside that been in there for a while. So everybody else would have to fall under him. You know what I'm saying? There's no other members over him in there. So yeah, that would get him the rank in there as the top dog, or at least one of them. You know what I'm saying? You got him, Debo, Stacks. You got a couple other guys in there. You know what I'm saying? I can name off that's really probably a higher ranking member than them, but they not breeding as much as them. You see what I'm saying? So Tim put in a lot of work. That's why, and I wouldn't take nothing from them. It's just the way they gotta move in there is different than how we gotta move out here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The shit they gotta teach them in there, and the way they gotta have them move in there is different than how we gotta have them move out here. And that's all. So it's always gonna be a conflict of interest because we don't understand what they gotta do to survive in there, And while they in there, they don't care what we got to do to survive out here. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
and that's just it. It's politics.
Do you think it's too much overbreeding?
And the inside, most definitely. We don't need that many members. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta understand, a lot of these young cats, they coming home. And when they come home, they coming out with this certain mentality they got from in there. Now, they want to be gang, but now you got a bigger family. You know what I'm saying? And been out here, this out here, you got some guys like me who never been to prison. So I wouldn't have met none of the guys in there who never came home. Like if you wasn't a member before you went in there, you got put down in there, you still in there down, and you ain't home, I don't know you. You don't know me. You don't even know I exist, and I exist. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing. It's a conflict of interest because a lot of these guys don't have the right knowledge. They don't know the right people. So when they come out here, they just start doing whatever they want to do with our name. You know what I'm saying? Starting their own little clique, putting their guys from their neighborhoods down, and then they don't bring them home. So we don't know who these guys are. So when some of our guys run across them, what you think that's going to be? It's going to be an instant situation because we can't identify you as one of us. We make some calls. You, what's your big homie? What's your boy? Who you be? And we make them calls in there, and you don't check out. You know what I'm saying? And you might be an official member. You might have really got put down in there by an official member, a guy who real, but we just can't get in touch with him in enough time to verify you, man. A situation happened. You know what I'm saying? That we don't want to happen, which is, it'll be a problem.
I talked to some guys in California that was Bloods.
Mm-hmm.
They said they don't have a ball out there. Just what neighborhood you from, who put you down.
Right.
What, do you know where this ball thing came from and what you feel about it?
Man, I think it's some UBNs. I don't know. Like the ball, and in Cali, it all depends on what blood set you're talking to in Cali too. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, every blood set got its different structure and its different ranking systems and shit. And unless you're a member of that set, you shouldn't know it. You know what I'm saying? But it's all not the same. Unless you like under the UBN, which all them sets fall under the same cause of conduct. You know what I'm saying? But you still got some blood sets don't ride under the fire. Some do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I couldn't really tell you what another blood set doing, whether they're a subset or not, because we original set. And we are our own nation. So we got our own banner, we do our own sanctioning, we got our own alphabets, our own symbols, you know, and our own definition and meaning of what, you know, our gang represent. Right. And what we stand on. And shit, we put no one before us. It's 82 or nothing. We ABK. That's why they consider us renegades. Because we anybody killer, which means we'll put our game first before another game if it came down to it. We're not going to be loyal to another game to a fault, to our destruction. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to let y'all wipe us out because we want to be allies or loyal to y'all. No. So we consider as anybody killing. And they call us renegades because of that. Because we'll go to war with other blood sets. You know what I'm saying? Right. Unfortunately. But them having a ball and not being a set, that's on them. Where the whole ball shit came from, I think it just was some shit they came up with in prison to organize and structure it a little better. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Y'all consider renegades because maybe y'all done had permission from a Cali set or so on and so forth. So with that being said, I've been told by blood members, as long as you know knowledge, you respect the history, you can start your own blood set. So if I want to come start my blood set tomorrow and call it Petty Tupac Bloods, would you respect me as a blood or what?
Oh, you will earn your respect with us as a blood just like you will earn your respect with a man as a man. You know what I'm saying? Because as long as you standing on what you believe in, you gonna get respected as long as it's not bullshit. You ain't out here doing weird shit, bullshit to people. See, we men first. You know what I'm saying? Before the flesh. So I'm judging your character as a man. I don't care what you represent. Red, blue, you know what I'm saying? Whatever flag, whatever star, I'm judging your character as a man first. And now that's what's going to allow me to give insight on your organization that you represent. You, your character.
The 82 story, just look, I'm from the outside looking at it. It's just only information I get. You feel me? It reminded me kind of of the S&B story. Pistol Pete went to prison. They seen Sex Money Murder was out doing their thing before they was Bloods. So the UBN approached them and they worked it out. What made 82 pick up the red flag? Was it pressure? Was it in the joint? Was it the street? Like what made them say, "Hey, we're gonna be Blood"?
Family ties with Stones, with members of other blood sets.
Oh, and you did tell me Stones. But what made people believe this is Vice Lords? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, like y'all took all your lit from Vice Lords. Is that true?
No, we ain't take none of all our lit is original. You know what I'm saying? All our real lit is original. Now some of the shit that the guys might be, breathing on them young guys in there, they might have put something together to, lead these guys and get them something to believe in. But our original lit is original from us. It ain't from no other blood set. We don't even have the same ranking system as other blood sets. You know what I'm saying? Our whole motivation for the red flag and the belief system with a 5-star, I mean, it was influenced by VLs because VL started the 5-star in the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? But our belief system from it, we took what we seen them doing, and the VLs and the Stones and the People's Nation, and we got our own principles to our 5-star. It's not the same as theirs.
Can you disclose what it mean or no?
No, I can't unless you remember it. You know what I'm saying? But
okay,
that's what make us renegades.
And but before I get into that, because you're gonna teach me a lot, but I just want to teach you one. As far as the Midwest and the 5-star, I don't know if you ever heard the More Science Tip of America. Mm-hmm. That's what Jeff Fort and them got the love, true peace, freedom, and justice from.
For sure.
Can you tell me? Because a lot of people find it disrespectful. Like Pyrus be like mind boggled, like from other cities or whatever, or other states. They be like, "Why the hell Eddie dudes rock that shit to the left? Like that's disrespectful, man."
Yeah, to who? Yeah, we do it on purpose. We not doing it out of the knowledge that Bloods rock their flag on the right. We did it because one of our brothers died and got killed by a rival gang, and that's the side they wear their flags on. So we started wearing our flags on that side to disrespect them. This was when the war was active.
Was the rival gang GDs or?
Yeah.
Okay, because it had okay.
Yeah. And that's why, and we just kept it that way as a signature to this is what's going to be the difference between us and other blood sets. We're going to wear our flags on the left showing that we in an act of war with a rival set and we disrespecting them at all times.
Damn, y'all
that's what it was about. But see, that's another thing that made us renegades because we got our own brain working. When we making our own moves, we doing our own, we not following nobody. We leading. That's why we headbangers. We are headbangers first. You know what I'm saying? And the true meaning you original because we original set. We started in 91 and UBN started in 93. How could we be under them? If anything, we they big brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we teaching them the real way to people. That's what that 5-star come from. You know that because you were more. Mm-hmm. We just got our own principles of the 5-star, which a lot of people do. A lot of different religions do too. You know what I'm saying? It's just a belief, and we believe our principles is more solid than the principles of the CVL and the Stones because it could be infiltrated, and ours can't. That's what make us ABK. You know what I'm saying? We won't allow another gang to come infiltrate us and destroy us or make us turn on each other.
What's y'all status with the GDs at this current moment? And I asked because I went to county jail. Like I used to fuck with GDs or whatever. I don't no more. It was a bad decision, but I got it tatted on me. Mm-hmm. I went to county jail. Them boys kind of like wanted problems, but luckily I've been in prison. I'm not in jail. But they would have got on my ass if not. Like the young guys, like they super on it. They won't let a GDE or 4-2 step. What's y'all status with the GDs right now? Is it cool? Is it what?
I mean, I really don't got no personal opinion about another gang that's a rival. They killed one of ours back in the 90s, and that's all. That was our only discrepancy with them. Like we 82 never had no active beef with any other gangs. The ones we did run across certain guys, we had like one of our guys have a problem with another guy from another gang. It wouldn't get our whole gang actually involved, all right, because he a Crip and one of ours got into a fight with him, and now we beefing with this Crip set. No, that ain't how we move. Them guys got a situation, and if they men, they gonna handle it, and it's gonna be over with. We not about to get tens and dozens and hundreds of men lives on the line for a fight that happened between two men, two grown men. They gonna fight, they gonna lead to see tomorrow, the best man won. I'm gonna be able to see you tomorrow, still shake your hand and move about my way. We men, you know what I'm saying, first. So that's how we move. And that's what make us different from other blood sets. Because it's no problem with us in GDs. I pretty much figured they killed one of ours and we had discrepancies back in the 90s. And it was able to be resolved, you know how I go eye for eye. You know what I'm saying? And they don't gotta keep going on. It's it's a respect thing, you know what I'm saying? You hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. And that's all it is. So they hit us. Like, you never heard of...
How do you feel about white guys joining 82? Because in a joint for a short period of time, it was a set under this guy named 82 Sam. I think it was 13, 80, or 18. No, it was 82 at 13.
Man,
there was a lot of white guys. How do you feel about white men being Bloods?
Free Corey.
White? You white guy?
For sure, we got some Caucasian brothers.
In the regular 82, like the originals 82?
No, none of the originals.
Well, I mean, Caucasian. Like, part of the real bloodline out here.
Yeah, but no, Corey a real member. We got some real Caucasian.
Oh, okay. So it's because it's a big rumor that like y'all don't rock with white guys and shit. No, and that's why his set got snatched.
No, it ain't like we not racist, bro. Oh no, shit. Like, we for our people, but if you not racist and you for our people, you for us. You our brother. You know what I'm saying? We not racist, bro. You don't get power by division. You know what I'm saying? A racist state of mind automatically put a divide with you and the people. You're not looking for Caucasian members, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I want to say Corey, he mixed anyway. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, yeah, he that.
Who was the biggest legend from the East Side in your day? Like,
From the East Side?
Yeah, from the East Side. Who was the biggest legend?
As far as on the streets, music?
Not music, just...
Period?
Period.
Shit, man. From the East Side of Detroit?
Yeah. I'm talking about... I ain't talking about, like, I think Pony Down from over here or Chalmers... what is it? Chambers Brothers?
Yeah.
I'm talking about just... Like, you grew up, this guy was the fucking man. Everybody be like, who was that?
It's a couple, bro. That shit crazy. Rest in peace to these guys. There's two of them. I can't just say one. You know what I'm saying? I'd be lying. One of them, one of my brothers, Toriano and shit, twin. He was the East Side Bully and shit, for real. That's what we called him. That's what a lot of other motherfuckers called him too. They was terrified of him. Real money getting nigga. You know what I'm saying? Real hustler, real, a lot of ambition, a lot of drive, man. He was for his family, his people. And he was up against all the pressures. You know, he was on the front line. He was going to go by any means to get it. And he died and shit. He got killed. Another guy, I would say, was one of my brothers as well. Lano. L Plaga, that's what they call him and shit. But
this is a popular question that's going on with like street rappers and whatnot. Would you do have you ever heard of Bad Bunny?
Mm-hmm.
Would you do a song with him?
Probably not.
Even though this might be the biggest artist in the world right now.
That's crazy because I never heard one song of
me either. I thought it was a woman when I first got out. I'm like, damn.
That's what I just thought when you just asked me that it was a female. You see what I'm saying? See how lost I am? How is this the biggest artist in the world? And the potentially biggest artists in the world haven't even heard of them.
Never.
Because to me, I'm the biggest artist in the world. I just ain't been heard by the world yet. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. My art haven't anyway. But yeah, I don't know. He might be on the internet. Maybe we fooled by the internet and it just looked bigger than what it really is in the real world. Cause there's no way I haven't heard one song, or maybe I have and just didn't know it was.
Nah, you know. Cause I think all he making Spanish music. So
That's crazy. No, I never heard of him.
yeah, this motherfucker bringing like a half a billion to Puerto Rico every year or some shit. Like he big.
Damn.
I don't know what song it is. I don't know no Spanish from him or nothing.
Oh, okay. So what is he's Spanish? That's what you're saying?
Yeah. Okay, so if you don't know him, I asked you that question because he's a gay artist.
Yeah, that's what I say. I never heard.
Yeah.
I heard of that name, and I'm thinking all the time you was talking about a female. I heard of the name Bad Bunny, but I couldn't identify.
Who was?
Yeah, I just heard of somebody saying. Yeah, I don't know nothing about it.
What message do you got to the people? What you want to put out there? What's the project you promoting? What you want right now, man?
Oh man, Sosa Banger just got dropped, unreleased. That's little bro, man. DeadZone Music, DeadZone General YouTube, DeadZone General, DeadZone 2082 IG. I'm promoting DeadZone Music. I got a project coming this quarter. My quarter starting in October. Halloween, matter of fact. Resuscitate.
You said it's called Resuscitate?
Yeah. I got a single it's on all digital now. iTunes, Apple, Pandora, Amazon, you know, the works. I also got a project with P-Dot called Masterminds. Me and P-Dot got an EP. That's on the shelf. That's we distributed that through DistroKid, I want to say. So it's on all digital, man. Just support the music, the brand, 2082 Records, 2082 Entertainment. We got a bunch of projects coming out. All the bros, man. Just the whole movement. We got a lot of artists, you know what I'm saying? The 82 Cell, you know what I'm saying? THB Cell. Dine and all of them, Lil EJ and them. We got a lot of artists, you know what I'm saying? That's members, that's pushing music, they got good music. R.I.P. to the dude, you know what I'm talking about? Free the guys, and then it's headbang or don't bang at all. It's 2082 or nothing. It's bang my head to the side turn red. Y'all know what it is, man. It's the DeadZone General. We out here.
Just like that. Mm-hmm. Now you got the Gunna situation. He took, you might not know, I don't know, but he took an Alfred plea. I was in the situation, but I didn't do this or I didn't do that. Now this plea, I don't know if you've seen the plea, but he admitted like, well, YSL is a gang. He acknowledged that, so and so. But they cannot use this in convicting Young Thug, although it might taint it.
Oh, they can use it.
Not the plea.
They can't use the plea in black and white.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it tainted it.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that snitching though?
For sure it is. Yeah. Depending on, I mean, shit. Man.
If me and you in the car and I take a plea and I say, hey, look, the gun wasn't mine. It wasn't my car. But I'm not saying you had it. I'm just saying it wasn't mine. It's just me and you in the car.
I'm saying it
that's
wasn't
snitching.
mine. And he's saying it's not his. No, that's really not telling. But it's insinuating that it's the other person's that's in here when you saying it ain't yours. I get it. The moral to the story is he should have took the charge for bro, and he didn't.
Oh yeah, he should have.
He should have said, "This my gun. This the CEO of the label. He gonna make sure I'm straight. I'm gonna do a couple years. If I do a couple years and don't get probation, and I'm gonna get out." He should have been that kind of stand-up nigga that Young Thug probably would have been.
That's true.
Or it wouldn't have been, because then at that point, why he didn't say it was his?
Yeah.
And save his artist from catching the case. It can go both ways. You know what I'm saying? Because if we gonna say Gunna snitch because he said it ain't his gun, then we gotta say Thug saying it ain't his gun is him telling too. Then, if that's the case, we gotta be fair. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't expect, because he get more money and he got more clout, that he's supposed to say your life is more important than mine. You know what I'm saying? Your time is more valuable than mine, because that's the decision you making. Now, being a real nigga and just being in that situation, if it was me, I would have took the charge. If this was my CEO or somebody that I knew put me on and put me in a position, I would have took the charge. That's just me though. You know what I'm saying? That's who I am. But that's how the people looking at it from the outside looking in. Even though if they was in that situation, they probably wouldn't have took the charge. They probably would have said it wasn't theirs too and let them figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Would you do a song with him?
With Gunna?
Yeah. After this situation.
after the situation or before the situation, I never had in mind of doing a song. I'm not saying that I wouldn't have never did it if it had came across the table. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But just because of the situation and him being involved in any situation with allegations, I wouldn't want to do a track with him or no business with him because right now it's not good. You know what I'm saying? That's just a bad business decision, period. Power and shit. I had a situation when we had a fade. We shot a fade and shit, but like I say, it was because he was being disrespectful on the set.
How's he been disrespectful?
He was basically, on the set, he had his flag out. He had it looked like a pink flag almost. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The color of the flag, it almost looked pink. I don't want to say it was supposed to have been burgundy. It almost looked pink to me, like purple, like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It looked like that. So it already had us looking crazy. Then he was basically talking about him, and another Blood set was talking about 82, and they never heard of 82 and shit out west or on the East Coast or none of that. You know what I'm saying? And, just one shit I asked him, like, well, why was y'all talking about 82 without a member present? Like, what was the point of that conversation? You know what I'm saying? And be clear to me, what was y'all point of talking about my game while we weren't present and it wasn't in a positive way? You know what I'm saying? Like, what about y'all don't know about us? What is it y'all supposed to know about us? We don't know nothing about y'all. We an organization. If you're not a member, why would you know about it? So I introduced him to 82 on the set. You know what I'm saying? We shot a fade. This who we are, dog. We stand on our shit. We a gang. You know what I'm saying? And respect us, man, while you amongst us. You know what I'm saying? Because then that's all we ask for. We'd do the same deal. If I was on Elm Street in the Power Root territory, I wouldn't be out there with my flag banging, hanging to the left when I know they wear their shit on the right. And I wouldn't be saying, man, I ain't never heard of Elm Street Power Rules before. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? You crazy, bro. You got to get the 1-2.
Right, you don't know every set. You know,
man, you just out here got us looking crazy. It's 5-6 members out here, and then it's you. You already said tripping. True enough, you another Blood set, so we welcome you. You know what I'm saying? We're open arms. You a homie. But you set tripping when you start disrespecting us on our set. You know.
Let me ask you this. I don't know if you say the stats with the GDs is straight or whatever, or it's old.
We ain't holding no grudges. We lost one. They probably lost one. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't gonna bring our brother back. You know what I'm saying? So we not gonna lose more guys because of that. We not stupid. We ain't get this far being stupid.
What is like I said, I've been in a joint. You say you haven't been, but where the hell does the animosity towards the Crips come? Like they literally like
in a joint. No, I think
I don't understand it because there's no Crips in there. I don't believe half these guys grew up beefing with Crips because they 20 years old, 21 years old.
No, they didn't.
And I seen guys walk up the Crips. Hey, it better not be more than 2 of y'all in yard, 3 y'all, or they'll flip them to Blood, or they just scare them and rob them, or whatever the case may be. Where's the animosity towards the Crips come from?
I think just it being an international known rival gang, and them boys active. You know what I'm saying? So shit, they gonna want to put some work in. The first thing you gonna go for is who is my rival.
Right.
Who I think want to do something to me.
Simple as that. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let me get them first. And if ain't none of them around, then I ain't got to worry about nothing happening to me. But I'm just thinking that way. But other than that, no, I don't think 82 got no beef. Now, I can't speak for other Blood sets. 82 never had no active beef with no Crip sets outside of Loc Boys back in the 90s. And like I say, most of the beefs we had was with individual members. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't activate our whole gang. Like, all right, we beefing with them. You know what I'm saying? Them two might have just beefed with 2 of their members and they might have destroyed them or got a fight and it was that. No other gang never wanted to actively beef with us like that. Like, and it be known like we beefing with 82. Like that never happened before. And we done had a couple of our guys beef with other members in other gangs, but we never actively had a beef with another gang. 82 versus butt GDs. You know what I'm saying? That was because they killed one of ours. It ain't. I don't know why they, besides it being a known rival to our ally sets, which is Bloods. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Why 82 would be on there with Crips, but you know they was the gang that was pressing us when we was a smaller gang back in the day. It was Crips. It wasn't GDs. It wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It was Lokes. It was East Warren Posse and 2-1. That's the first gang I got into it with. I got in a fight with in middle school. I went to Jackson Middle School. You know what I'm saying? I graduated in 2000, so yeah, I was there when it was still called Jackson, before it was Ronald McNair. You know what I'm saying? And I ran into Marduk and Tank and all of them my first day of school. Flag hanging, hat to the left. They turned my shit to the right as soon as they walked past me. And I turned my shit back to the left. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was probably like 7 or 8 of them and just me. I was dolo. You know, headbangers, we don't gotta run in packs. You know what I'm saying? They probably move like that in the inside, but like out here,
Yeah, they do.
we only move in pack if it's an event. If it's some, you know, a situation other than that, we real spread out.